And I will trust by some time. But baby, the promise I can't keep. Cause I love you too much to ever start lying you. Listen boys, I've got my first internet hater. Yeah, not the first one, but we've got one. He's left, there's been 21 comments. Yeah, he's probably watching this, I can see he's subscribed, yeah. And he's banging on about, I'm saying you can only afford to live in a third world country, unlike me who's very successful living in a rich country. You will get there someday, but for right now, you go live off £300 a week. Look, I'm going to add a video on here. Let's take a look at it. Right, so that video of this supposed third world country, right? Yeah, that's what they do in third world countries. The salsa dance next to the park, opposite the Gucci and Burberry store, with zero litter on the street and zero bollarcades to stop cars running into the people that are walking down. Yeah, that looks exactly like a third world country to me. Good work, buddy, good work. Anyway, welcome to today's video. We're in Vietnam. I'm doing a bit of a sourcing trip for stock. As you know, clothes, shoes, fashion gets manufactured in Vietnam. I'm on my Frank Lucas shit. This is the same thing that Frank Lucas did. He was doing it with Flake, I'm doing it with clothes. So yeah, that's where we're at. I was staying in an Airbnb, but it was a shithole. Honestly, I can't tell you how many Airbnbs I've stayed in since I've been in Asia. I've never come across a good Airbnb. There's always a fucking problem. So no more Airbnbs. I just checked into this hotel. It's a pretty good spot, to be honest. I'm literally not trained in 4 days. I'm barely been eating. I can feel myself getting skinny. I can just feel the weight dropping off. I've just been going through these shops and just spending all day walking around because they're hard to find, these shops, right? And the shops feel like, you know, you'll find like a factory store, not like a fucking outlet that they have a retail park in the UK. I'm talking like a legit backdoor factory shop, and outside it'll be basically like this old, super old looking sign, and you know, nothing about the brands that they sell or anything like that. And you'll go in and it'll be like a shop full of Lacoste or a shop full of Hugo Boss. And listen, legit stuff, right? Don't test me on this. I've been selling clothes for over 7 years, and you know, and if there's anyone who knows how to authenticate stuff, it is me. There is fakes out here, 100%, but you know, a lot of them say that they're fake, and you can tell by the price point and quality. If you're able to authenticate stuff, it's no problem, but you do need to have that. But it's just insane to see, like, you will never see a small independent business selling Lacoste or Levi's or get access to it like that. And over here, where you've just got like 2 guys selling it, it's just crazy. Like, this is the source. This is the source. So I'm on a sourcing trip. I'm looking around. You've really got to try hard and find these places and meet people and get the connections and get phone numbers, and obviously be serious about how much you're ordering and how much you're spending and stuff like that. But you know, I've come out here to build some. I originally came out here for a visa, but I've always wanted to come here. This is a big part of why I'm in Asia, because this is where the stuff gets manufactured, to build these connections. So yeah, I'm going to take you through a day in the life of a sourcing trip in Vietnam. I'm going to show you some of the shops, show you what Vietnam's like, and you're going to see firsthand, and you'll be surprised. Like, I genuinely didn't know anything about Vietnam until this. So yeah, they have some fruit in the room. I've never seen this before. I bit into it. Yeah, it's like a hard surface, but you look inside, it's like something you peel. You peel all that off, and then you're left with like this see-through. Tastes a bit like an onion, I'm not going to lie. Then it's got like this conker in it. This is a different part of the world, but I seen someone cooking a dog last night. Well, the dog, it was already cooked. Well, they weren't cooking the dog, it was already cooked, but you know, in their culture, they don't see it the same. Although you see people looking after dogs. You see people actually stroking little dogs and stuff. It's not that they hate dogs. I'm just trying to get ready now. Finished up on a bit of work. Just uploading some videos to the channel. 3 more videos for this week. And then gonna set off, go grab a coffee. Let's get it, mate. We'll be together, and it won't be long. It won't be long. Classy hotel, this place. I am not one of these people. there's a few things about Asia that make it more beneficial if you're trying to find stuff to sell, right? One of those is you can see shopping trends before anything. So, like you see TikTok got big in China first. Well, that was a good few years before it got big in the West. Usually trends actually happen in Asia first, like China first. So when you do come to Asia, you see a lot more of this live shopping, you know, this where it's like someone who owns a business like that, right? They do a live stream selling products on the live stream, and it basically allows them to sell online and have a physical shop so they can double the revenue. So what you basically have is these small like market traders and independent business owners and stuff that are then able to sell online as well, and they don't have to set up a website or list products. It's like a more accessible way for them to sell online, and you're going to be seeing that a lot in the West coming very soon. You're going to be seeing that a hell of a lot, so it's good to sort of come here and sort of see you can see the trend a lot better here. And yeah, and also it's like, listen, if you want to get the cheapest prices, you've got to go to the source. The reason why Frank Lucas came on the boat, you know, in American Gangster, when he went to Vietnam, when he went to the jungle, so you're buying directly from the source. That's where you get the cheapest prices that you can get. As long as you're spending decent and you find the right people and you spend a bit of time and effort in meeting people and you can prove you're a serious buyer, you can get stuff to sell. So what I found with these shops, right? Basically, you can find them, but you've got to walk around a lot. It's not like there's streets where there's fashion stuff, right? But the thing is, the main streets are just all the fakes that they sell for tourists. They're not the streets that I'm looking for, because I'm not looking to buy and sell fake stuff. You never want to be doing that. You can make money doing that, but you're not going to build a real business doing shit like that. So I won't even entertain it. I seen this guy on short form content, and he was selling flipping them Dyson hair dryers. You know, like them really expensive Dyson hair dryers. And the problem with that is, like, you're selling dodgy electronics. You're gonna sell one of them one day. Someone's house is gonna set on fire, and you're gonna get fucked. Yeah, we're not looking for that. Basically, what you find is, you find people who've got factory connects, and they're either getting loads of stock directly from brands, and they'll specialise on one or two brands. So it'd be like Calvin Klein and Tommy Hilfiger, or it'd be like Halo and something else. Like, they'll specialise in certain brands, but the closer you can get to the factory, the better price that you're going to get. And obviously Vietnam, you're right at the manufacturing place, but the actual factories themselves, they'll be like out sort of a bit remote, you know. They'll be where the rent's a bit cheaper and where there's less people. You have got to travel. But listen, I'll go knock on the factory door, mate. I don't give a fuck. I do not give a fuck. If you're wanting to make money and you need some answers, you go get those answers wherever you need to go. Even remember, and don't take no for an answer as well. I mean, I remember one time when I was first starting out, I had my Depop account. Depop were big at the time. I got banned off Depop for some bullshit reason. At the time, I was making 300 quid a day in sales. You know, not an insane amount of money, but at the time it was a lot of money to me. 110 grand a year in sales. If you're losing 110 grand a year by not having that issue fixed, then you need to go get it fixed. So when I'm sending emails and no one's responding, well, I literally went to London and went and knocked on the head office door. Like, I went into the office, the head office, and I didn't go on an aggressive one. I went on like, oh, I'm an independent business owner. I really need this. Da, 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 da. But they just want to get rid of you, so they'll do it. You've just got to approach it right. It taught me a lot about finding answers, but these tourist bits are just not it. Like, them cheap fakes they're just a complete waste of money. Like, shops like this, you're not going to find anything worth it in shops like this. Although, one thing that I will say is, some of it is alright, I'm not going to lie. Some of it is, like, quality-wise, some of it is alright. You know, that's not what I'm looking for on this trip. But like, when you come here, you're going to see shops like this as well. You can basically find anything, right? It's not just about clothes, it's just because I've always been in that industry, right? But you can basically find anything. So let's say you're specialised in kids' toys on Amazon, then, you know, come do a trip where that's what you're trying to find. They make everything here. So you get shops that specialise in certain things, you get shops that sell fakes, you get shops that sell non-branded women clothes. But what you actually find is, some of these shops that sell like non-branded clothes or local independent brands, like the quality, guys, listen, the quality of clothes for what you get is unbelievable. You know, like, you'd go to Reese and get a completely plain mohair jumper or like a leather jacket, right? And it'd be like £300, £400, £600, and it's like super high quality but plain clothes. You find stuff like that here. The price would be like, it's fucking crazy here though, wow. You gotta pay attention. But yeah, so you know, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for, you know, I'm looking for connections for certain brands with certain types of materials. I'm looking for branded stuff that I can sell myself, branded stuff that I can resell. I've got buyers for this stuff. So, but it's even like stuff like this, right? I'm telling you. Listen, when I were a kid, right? You know, like kids now doom scroll on TikTok. I used to doom scroll Alibaba listings for like door handles and little bullshit like that, just thinking how I could make money on it. See what I mean? And the prices, I'll get some prices for stuff soon, but the prices for stuff is unbelievable. And it gives you a good idea of where trends are at actually when you see some fakes, because they make fakes for trends, right? You've got if a lot of people start wanting products, then they make the products around the trends. So the people who make the fakes are very, very clued up on what's trending. So what you actually find is, if you see loads of fakes in one of these shops, right, you know the product's trending, so then you can go find the legit version and you know what's selling well. But I'm just going to stop and get a quick coffee. All the seats are tiny here. Oh, thank you, bro. What do you recommend?
Want to try egg coffee or piano coffee?
Well, I'll get egg coffee, please.
And then to drink hot or cold?
Hot please, yeah, thank you. Egg coffee, mate. But yeah, you need a good few weeks here, and if you really want to build some, what I'd say is, if you really want, this is the same anywhere, right? You don't need to go to Vietnam to do this, but you have to think outside the box to find people, to find places to sell. Now, listen, this is only something that you do once you start selling a lot of stuff, right? When you're in the beginning, you can earn a lot of money and get very, very far just by shopping directly from other people and directly from outlets, right? That's, you know, you find the shop, find the stores, find sale items, find the outlet stores, TK Maxx, and then go to things like car boot sales, Facebook Marketplace, Facebook groups, whatever, Gumtree. You can find stuff to sell in person. You get more margin doing that stuff, it's just less scalable, that's the only thing. But if you're wanting to sell at a higher level, then you need to be able to buy more stock. That's the only difference, right? I don't know how many of you guys follow me who are in the fashion industry, but if you are looking for an English-speaking hard negotiator and an agent in Asia, so China, Vietnam, Thailand, to go find deals, source authentic products, someone who can properly authenticate products, somebody who knows how to negotiate, somebody that you can trust, and somebody who actually has knowledge in the fashion industry, then, you know, get in touch on Instagram. There's going to be a link down below. Please, only serious buyers, no tire kickers, and obviously you do have to spend a lot. So, but yeah, we can have a chat at least. Let me know. Right, that's the egg coffee right there. It's like cream, not like creamy. It's like sweet. It's not like egg. How much is it? 250. So what you've got there is, that's like a big kid's toy. You'd probably see that retail for like 25, 30 quid, right? And it's £8.50 there, and that's for buying one unit. So just to sort of give you an idea about pricing, I'm gonna go over random stuff, and just so you can get a bit of a better clue on how much stuff actually costs, how cheap you can get it. But what I'd probably say is, if you were to get like 100 of them, you'd probably see that half. So, you know, very cheap. A lot of these shops just act like retail shops for a factory. So like a factory that specialises in kids' toys, for example, they would get a retail shop that stocks only kids' toys, right? And that's the same with most places. You just got to get out of this area that, you know, sells fakes. That's like them. This is like them lucky men fakes, right? What they sell over here though, there's a lot of people who go on, like, they go walking and hiking and stuff on trips. So they sell a lot of walking gear like Solomon, Arc'teryx, waterproof stuff. So it makes sense really, because people are just on short-term trips, and that sort of stuff isn't too bad. But that's like the main thing. But that's in the tourist area. You need to try and get out of the tourist area. So with these sunglasses, you're basically looking at about 6 quid. 6 quid, 10 quid. And like, please understand this. Like in that specific shop there, I can't talk for the other ones, but that's like the same quality as Tom Ford sunglasses, right? So you're talking best of the best quality for manufacturing price, and that's a retail shop. meaning like they're selling stuff to customers, like one order at a time. So if you're, if you want to build a bit of business with them, and you want to get a custom product made, like they probably have strong access to a factory, right? So if you're ordering a large order quantity and you do a deal with them, and you build a relationship with them, that's where you can build something. So what you basically have is loads of tourist places as well, restaurants, loads of coffee shops, bars, but there's different areas for different things, right? Loads of hotels around, but look, I had someone talking shit saying this is a third world country, right? Does this look like a third world country to you? Does it? A lot of coffee places as well. And this is what's crazy about Vietnam. If I were here for a bit longer, I'd definitely get a suit. But very like high quality suit shops. Like look at this. That's locked. You can get a tailored suit for, I don't want to say a price because I don't know exactly. I did go get a price recently, but the time frame didn't work. So, but look, this is where they manufacture clothes, right? It's like the prices you won't believe. And the thing is with Thailand, like them Indian guys that are selling suits in Thailand, in my opinion, they're not in the same league. They're not in the same quality as Vietnam. Because they manufacture so much more clothes here. Like some of these shops, like if they were in London, if they're in London at the right location, you'd be paying thousands of pounds for something that's costing you maybe like 100 quid, 200 quid. So, and tailored as well, right? Tailored, so pretty insane to see. Look, this is not a shy man's game, yeah? Let me tell you a little secret about making connections and meeting people and doing proper business, right? What you do is, you go to an area where it's likely to happen and you walk up to people on the street, right? If I notice someone who's dressed nice, I'll go walk up to them on the street. If you don't speak English, I'll get Google Translate out. Listen, I want to make money, I don't give a fuck. Barbershop. She's waved. Little barbershop on the side of the street. This is what's pretty cool about Vietnam as well. You'll get basically like you'll get like random little businesses everywhere. So you'll get like a guy wanting to clean your shoes, right? And you'll pay him like £1.50. It's not like the best thing in the world. It's not like that's gonna on its own we're gonna make you rush here. But it's just like he's doing a good job and it's £1.50. Sometimes you do need your shoes cleaned, or like there you want to get a trim. That's probably like £2. I won't get my hair cut there personally, but it's them little things that add up. And look, it's still civilization, right? No litter. No litter, people are just, going about the day doing the thing. You go around England now and you go to a park, in most areas, there's people getting drunk on the street, arguing. It's like, it just sounds a broken society, innit? So, yeah, it's a lot different here. Looks like they're doing some sort of music event or something here. I came down here the other night, all this was blocked off and there was some sort of performance here and like loads of people walking around. What are you looking at, you bastard? And then yeah, like, the thing is with Vietnam, this is a bit unlike anywhere else. Well, not unlike anywhere else, but this is different to Thailand. A lot of rooftop stuff, like you see a lot of nice rooftop bars. There, up there, that one. And they're pretty high quality as well. A lot of them are like on top of nice hotels. And yeah, it's definitely more of a city vibe, more stuff going on, but a bit like Bangkok as well, to be honest. But it's more of like it feels more Chinese, this city, if that makes sense. I haven't been to China, but what I imagine a Chinese city would look like. I need to find somebody to sort of point me in the right direction. Listen, I'm still figuring this stuff out, right? I've only just got here, but I'm just walking around. I've got a few contacts already for certain types of things, but I'm looking for something a bit specific, really. Why I say it's like China, because everyone's sat on them little plastic chairs, like these tiny plastic chairs. And what they do is when they're all sat on the street, what they do is when they're all sat on the street, the police come. It's like it's communist government, isn't it? So police come round in this truck, and they basically turf everyone off the pavement. They come out and it's like a really tiny truck with a megaphone on it, and they just get people off of the side of the street every now and again. Yeah, I don't think this is the right area. This is more like More like a tourist bit. Check them for sliders. And I went to like an indoor market the other day, and it was just basically for like, you know, there's different tiers of quality, right? The indoor market was like just that super low quality clothes and super low quality fakes and stuff like that is just what's a complete waste of money. And what you see is when you're walking around, right, you see people who are that exhausted from working so much that, you know, loads of them are asleep because they're working that much, and you see them wrapping big bundle orders. I'll put a video on here. Put big bundle orders, and they basically wrap them in like bin liners and sellotape. And what that is, it's for when they sell bulk on like Temu and Shein and that type of stuff. So independent market stall owners, they'll get stock from a factory, you know, they'll sell it online. I mean, instead of eBay, it'll be Temu. So it's sort of the same as they do in the West, more of a wholesale level. But you know, Western people getting stuff at a bargain. There's a price for that you don't see, and the price is these people are like working to death, like literally working till exhaustion, and all that stuff is just a complete, you know, it's complete waste of money. It's low quality products. It looks better online than it does in person, and it's not good. I've seen tons and tons and tons of this stuff, and it's all just trash. It's just mad to see, because ultimately it all just goes to nowhere. It's worth nothing. That's what you got to get used to. If you're in Vietnam, if you're walking down the street and somebody needs to pull their bike on the street, they're pulling that bike straight in front of you, my friend. Used to it you're not used to it if you're in the West, because you'd see it as a bit rude, but here they don't see it as rude, they just do it. But yeah, it's definitely a big shock factor you're gonna feel when you get here. But at least if you're selling like a high quality product, right? If you're you know, let's say you own a clothing brand and you get some high quality jeans made, for example. If they're high quality jeans, those jeans are going to maybe last someone 5, 6, 7, 10 years. And then when they come to sell them, they might get sold at somewhere vintage. So the lifespan of them jeans is a very long time. However, if you make some shit, cheap quality screen print t-shirt that's not even worth the material that it's printed on, you've basically just assembled a load of nothingness. Someone just ends up throwing it away, or it rips, or you know, that bad quality product stuff. It's just not a good game to get into, you know. All right, leather shop. Only member. Okay. So how does that work?
You can see.
How do you become a member? So basically what happened there is, she was saying to me that you have to be a member, you have to spend 20 million dong, which is like, I think 1 or 2k. So they're selling like genuine leather goods there, right, at wholesale, sell retail, so they're not selling individual bits. Ooh. I need to, I kind of get it, but that were like really high quality, genuine leather. And honestly, I love this shit, I swear. Ever since a kid, I've sort of just always been hunting to find stuff to sell. Always wanted to go to China. I know I'm not in China right now, but just like finding stuff from factory and at retail and going on. I like the challenge. Like if it was all just on the street, nice and easy, I wouldn't find it anywhere near as interesting. But literally, like listen, this is how you know I'm hooked, right? Because I haven't been to the gym in 5 days. I've been eating about 1,000 calories a day. I've not skipped the gym in probably over 10 years for that period of time, and I'm not even over exaggerating. So I'm walking around now trying to find stuff, finding little gems in these shops and finding contacts and stuff. And this is just prime time for me. I love the hunt. I love the hunt. I really do. If you get into this game, you'll get super addicted. I couldn't afford the stuff I wanted. I couldn't afford the designer stuff. So, you know, in my opinion, if you can't afford it, sell it. Yeah, if you're not in the group, if you're not born into that group that can afford it, then you need to be the one that's selling it. That's the way I see it. Check this. This stuff is not on Google, buddy. Yeah, this stuff is not on Google. The contacts I've made so far, this stuff is not on Google. You best get prepared to walk around, get some steps in. Let me check how many steps I've been doing actually per day. On Saturday I did 30,000 steps or 28,000 steps. That's how you know I'm active. And yeah, there's a lot of, this is definitely more of a major city. There's a lot of business going on here. You see a lot of Maybachs. They love Maybachs here. This is definitely more of a built-up city. Koh Samui, that beach lifestyle, it's good, but it's more relaxed, isn't it, right? If you're trying to like really drive, you need the weather a bit colder, you need it a bit more serious, right? When it's super relaxed and you're going down the beach, you don't really want to grind as hard, do you? So it's good to be in an environment where it's a bit stronger. That was like a legit resale store. Didn't have much stock, to be honest, but this is what you find. You find real shops, you find fake shops. You know, they usually you can tell in the price, right? But even on the legit shops, what you'll find is like the retail price or the resale price. It's still relative to, you know, if something's reselling for 400 quid, it's not going to be a tenner. It's not going to be 100 quid. It might be like 300 though. So you will get it cheaper. This is why it's hard. You know, like I saw that shop. There's a kids shop there. You know, I saw that resale shop. It's in the middle of the nowhere. Nothing is around that. There's nothing that'll tell you why a resale shop would be there, right? So this is why you've got to find stuff. But there's a kids' clothing shop there, right? So, you know, you might be paying £2 a unit, £3 a unit, right? You might be paying such a low price, but you can go and sell that in your own business, right? Right, we've got a couple of other clothes shops here. That's what I'm talking about right there. So $5.50, that works out at about £6 for a jumper, and for the pants it was about £6 as well, $5.50. So, you know, not the best brand in the world. Tommy Hilfiger, Banana Republic, there were some Uniqlo bits in there, but you know, it's just giving you an idea of what sort of prices that you can pay. Obviously, if you buy a lot, you can get a bigger discount than that. See, what you don't want to do is walk past anything. You'll learn this in the flip game, right? You see a little street, a little rail, a little alleyway. You always want to check. I mean, I don't think there's anything down here, but you never know. You never know. Basically find is a lot of these factories make multiple brands in the same factory. So if you've got one person who's got access to one factory, then they're going to have multiple brands in there. Some of them you've never heard of, some of them you have. But yeah, it's insane to see. It's insane. I mean, some stuff, you know, I came across a brand there, never seen it before, but you know that the retail is going to be high because you can tell by the quality of it, right? But what you find is you get a brand like Ralph Lauren. They'll make a certain material jumper in one factory and one in another. They probably do have a Ralph Lauren factory, but there'll be certain factories that specialise in certain materials, like a merino knit jumper. If you need merino knit jumpers, one factory will specialise in that, for example. So for multiple brands, they'll do merino knit jumpers. And for a brand like Ralph Lauren, they'll basically go get individual contracts for one type of garment or a string of garments from an independent factory. And this is the same people who have access to those factories, so that's when you're seeing stuff like Ralph Lauren in little shops like that. So this is a legit Moncler, right? No logo. It's 170 quid, right? And how much is this? Tell the wrong.
480 euro.
Oh, 490 euro.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. And Laura Piana, how much? 250 euro.
Yeah, 250.
Amazing. It's been the nicest jacket I've ever seen in my life. No branding, no logo, but quality is unbelievable. Oh, fit nice. Prado Polo, how much?
Yeah.
290.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, cheap. Really good prices.
Yeah.
Very good prices.
Yeah.
And Hugo Boss Polo price? 50, okay. And Laura Piana jacket? Laura Piana jacket, like pretty much a coat, right? 290, that's like a £3,000 coat right there. Shirt, how much? Well, I just stopped for a coffee. This is basically what coffee shops are like here. So they've all got like rooftop seating areas. Loads of people just work from cafes. Yeah, look, I'll be honest, what some crazy finds, mate. Wow. Made some crazy connects out here. Unbelievable, honestly, unbelievable. I'm gonna share as much as I can on this video, but there's some stuff that I can't leave in. But if you do have any questions, you can drop a comment, and you know, I'll share what I can. But listen, if you're entrepreneurial in your mind, walk around somewhere like this. This is the test of entrepreneurship. If you've got that type of make money mindset, right? You walk around here. If you're just seeing bars and food, you know, you should be. If you're seeing money everywhere, that's a good sign, right? Got to get out the touristy bit. It's the touristy bit. You're not gonna find what you need to find in the touristy bit. Like, you need to. And look, you know, when it comes to certain bits that people buy, you know, you look at where it's made and you look at the quality of the, you know, the fake stuff and the retail price of the original, and you just think, you know what? I'm not saying you should buy the fake, but it's just not worth the. It's not worth the dough. It's just not worth the dough. And when you see the manufacturing cost and prices, and yeah, it'll shock you. We're deep in it now, boys. No turning back. I had no idea where I am, honestly. I've just been walking for fucking hours. But this is the game we're playing, boys. You want to find the connect, you best put the miles in, that's what it is. Listen, one thing that I will say, boys, if you want opportunity, you've got to be the one that goes to fucking find it. I've never ever had opportunity come find me. It's very rare that happens, right? You want some stuff to happen in your life, you go find it. You know what that looks like sometimes? Going into remote parts of Asia and fucking hunting for it, looking for it yourself. Don't sit about waiting for stuff to happen, because it never ever does. Even when you're actively looking, sometimes it's hard to find. So yeah, this is what you got to do. The 13-year-old me, he would be buzzing right now. He really would. We're deep in it, boys. Get out my way, you little bastards. Get out the fucking way. Honestly, if someone hits me with a bike here, everybody's getting it. Everybody's getting it. What you basically get is shops absolutely everywhere, but there's some sort of method to the style of shops that are together. So what you'll get is, you'll get guys that sell acrylics, then you'll get guys that sell, you know, workwear, or you'll get people that sell clothes in the same area, or kitchen stuff in the same area, right? So like this is like plastics for brushes, for cleaning, and then you've got sweeping up brushes there, you've got cups for storage, cooking utensils, like it's all sort of plastic household items. And then you'll get stuff like all the tin that's made together, tin items for different things. So there is a sort of method to it, but it depends what you're selling. Like if you're selling like designer stuff, like legit designer stuff, that sort of stuff, I found that it's a bit more spread out. You know, you can find the fake clothes shops all together, but that's not what I'm looking for. If you're looking for, I only fucking hell. And let me tell you something, they all just fucking beep. Like, you could have someone driving down here, right? Nobody in the road, no other vehicles there, and he'll just start beeping his horn. He just beep their horn all the fucking time, bruv. Like, fucking hell. As far as what I've been able to figure out, this is kind of how it works. Got some really good links, really strong links. You know, people, this game's a lot different. Like the high fashion people, you need to know some, you know, that type of stuff is traded a lot differently. There's a few more rules that you need to go through to sort of like be in that industry and sell that stuff. But as far as like, you know, normal wholesale stuff, anybody can get it. Like here you've got plates and glass pieces and pans and that type of stuff. But like, you look at these shops, they're all open, they've all got stock out, but there's nobody walking around, and you're just thinking to yourself, like, if these guys are selling retail, how are you getting enough customers to just come from this quiet little street? How are you getting enough customers to just come and shop from your table? Like, they can't be earning a lot, because there ain't loads of people buying a fucking glass or a jar, or I don't know if they sell online, I don't know if they're part of the factory, I don't know how that works. They can't be earning a lot of money doing that, I'm telling you, not at all. That dog with its tongue out. Fuck me, what's that? Massive, that. Wow. Yeah, look boys, the reason why I'm showing you this is because you got to get out there and make it happen, man. You know, you're one connection away from your life changing, or one piece of information away from your life changing. You know, you can have a conversation with someone, find out how things work, and then one connection away from everything changing for you in a game like this. One piece of information, one connection, it can be done. If you want the good shit, you got to go find it. And look, if you want to get into this game, don't overcomplicate it. Don't think I've got to come to Vietnam and make some connections and spend 7 days and walk 30,000 steps a day going and finding little random side streets and arguing with people and not eating and not going to, you know, you don't have to do all that. I'm just at a later stage of it, right? Don't overcomplicate it. If you want to get into it, just start buying and selling, right? Same thing that all these vendors do on the street. It's the simple buy and sell. Buy one thing and sell it. Buy it for lower, sell it for higher. Start with that. Start with that. There is no human on the earth in the West but in most of the world, there's no humans that cannot start buying and selling this week. Start making money this week. But even she gets it. She's buying and selling fish. Right? It doesn't matter what it is. Just start buying and selling. Buy for low, sell for higher. It's a skill. It's how the majority of the world makes money. But like, honestly, like when you look at the type of businesses, like just look how nice that is. And you've got a rooftop as well. Super high quality restaurants, super high quality places, stuff going on, clean, no, you know, it's very safe. How much? Right, so you can get a bike for 4 million dong. So you can get a brand new decent bike for 115 quid. And that's if you're buying one as well, that's not even wholesale price. 115 quid. 13-year-old me would be going crazy right now. I mean, 26-year-old me is going crazy right now. Honestly, I can't even show everything that I'm finding here, yeah, but wow, I love this shit. I love this shit big time. Look, let me tell you something, right? This is one of the first hustles I did. So we used to do the outlets, right? And I mean, a few of the outlet boys, like there were a group of guys that we all came and did outlets. You know, obviously we didn't know each other, we only met each other at the outlets, right? But we like competition, but we'd have banter, like we were all like pretty close and stuff, but we'd all be in competition all the time, right? Hello. But there'd basically be this feeling that you got, right? You'd see them all, when it got really good, right? Everyone were looking through the window and you could see putting items on the shelves, right? So everybody would be watching through the window to see what items they were putting on, because when the shop opened, you had about 5 to 10 minutes of everyone going to different parts of the shop. So you were like getting lucky if you spotted some stuff and you'd team up with people and have a strategy. And no joke, the feeling, the only way I can describe the feeling, like your heart was beating when you found stuff. Like it was like gambling every day. You know, some days you'd hit really big, some days it wouldn't be so big. That feeling every single day, it was super addictive. You know, like that gambling feeling that you get, but this wasn't. This was like, it was gambling in case you found something, but you weren't losing money if you lost. I mean, technically you was, but you weren't actually putting money down. And when it got really good, you were basically like, around COVID time, a lot of shit changed and stocks started going crazy in the UK. Like I used to get tech fleece jackets at £15 and sell them at 60, 70, same day, multiple items. So it was like, you were just it were insane money at the time, really insane money. And you used to have this feeling of finding stuff and just your heart beating, and I can't describe it, but I'm basically been looking for that feeling. You know, it was that addictive. Everyone's just been looking for that feeling for so long. All good, bro. And yeah, it was fucking insane. And now I'm sort of getting that feeling finding shit here again. Hard to describe unless you've been in there. The outlet boys, you know what I'm talking about. Don't watch that. New Ralph Quarters it. 15 quid, don't watch that. You don't know about me. You don't know about me. You don't know about me. Had to buy it. And listen, if you're wondering why I'm not buying loads of stuff, it's because I've got a little bag. I ain't got a proper suitcase, right? And 2, a lot of it's winter stuff. And 3, I live in Thailand, bro. I need a vest, and I shouldn't have even bought this, but sometimes you just have to do it. But you know, I've come here for the contacts really, but sometimes you just. The thing is, I will just. Any of my friends will tell you this. I will just never, ever, ever turn down a good deal. I will never do it. If it makes sense and there's money to be made, I'll never do it. You can come to me and say, Theo, I've got a washing machine. If it's the right price, I will buy that washing machine. And listen, there's going to be some loser boys in the comments. Oh, it's fake, he's in a third world country. Listen, there's Lamborghinis and Maybachs driving around, right? It's safer than probably where the people that are commenting that live. Like, and then they're going to be banging on about, oh, it's fake, you can't buy that from a little random shop for 15 quid. Listen, buddy, I've been selling Ralph Lauren for over 10 years. Yeah, 7 years actually. I've been selling Ralph Lauren for over 7 years. I can't tell. Just because you don't know and you can't believe it. You know, you can't believe it, I can. You're jealous, you know, I'm in the quarter zip. What are you wearing right now? I bet you got a quarter zip on you, have you, pal? And even if you do, that sweet taste of victory from the bargain price, you can't replicate that. You can't replicate that. Don't play with me on this. Do not play with me on this. But yeah, jokes aside, this is where a flip is made, right? This is where money can be made, right? So I've spotted this. I've been selling Ralph Lauren for ages. I know about Ralph Lauren. I know the brand. I know how it sells, and I know the retail price, right? So I believe this is like 90 quid retail price. And if you can get stuff cheap enough, like, it's never a risk. It's never a risk. Like, you're always going to make money on a price like that. So, you know, like at 15 quid, you can buy this. I could buy this, wear it for a year, and sell it and make profit on 15 quid. So I will always do a deal like that. And that's the thing with the flip life. When you start buying and selling stuff that you know, then it gets pretty zero risk, right? Look, and listen, there's losses are involved. There's costs in business. People don't like to talk about costs. There is costs, but you know, it's just like anything else. It's like a skill. You're gonna lose some money, you're gonna make some money. That's the game. That's the game. You have good days and bad days all the time. 15 quid. Listen, I need to stop this. I need to really get back to my room because this is ridiculous. This is getting ridiculous now. Don't you throw it at me, you little bastard. Whoa! Fuck you, well, made me jump then, little bastard. Should have kneed him. I should have just given him a straight hand into the uppercut and then elbow across his face. Wouldn't have been laughing then, would he? So yeah, look, I think we're gonna wrap it up there, right? Got some good contacts for the day. Hopefully I've been able to show you some stuff, show you how you can find stock. Again, you don't have to come to on the border of China to find stuff to sell, right? I'm just showing you an example of like how you can do it if you go put some effort in. That's how you find stuff. And look, obviously this is exclusive to where I'm at right now, but the principles remain the same. If you go and find some stuff, you can find places to sell shit. Yeah, and you know what? It's just the mindset of saying like, oh, third world country somewhere you've never been and putting that judgment on it like it's no good. This is what people are calling a third world. One guy called a third world country. Right, buildings like this, no litter on the streets. And listen, let me tell you something, right? When you've got that mindset of like know it all, being scared of everything, you know, not willing to go have a look. Somebody tells you their opinion on something and you just take it for fact. You don't judge anything yourself, you don't try to do anything. I've never heard of anybody getting anywhere doing that with that sort of behaviour, right? Because if I had that same mindset, I'd have never done that first trade show that had got me that first 2.5k in a day. Not the most money in the world, but what I'm saying is, you've got to be open-minded enough to go try things, right? And you've got to be not letting other people or other opinions or your fears like stop you from discovering opportunity. You know, people might say like, oh, not going there, it's a third world country, or you can't do that, or you can't make money here, or that's not real. You know, you've got all these judgments. Well, you know, you can have all the judgments in the world, right? They don't mean shit unless you've gone and had a look. All I do is I learn information, and before I judge it to be true or not, I'll go taste it for myself. I can't say anybody's like this. I can't say this place is like this unless I've actually gone and seen it myself, and that's exactly what I do. If I find some information out, I ain't got a decision on it yet. I've only got a decision once I've proved it personally. And what you usually find is, when you go do something or you do travel to somewhere, what you thought about it before going there is completely different to what it's like actually being there. So that closed-mindedness, like, it's only you that loses from that, and nobody benefits. You know, that know-it-all type of attitude. Like, I've never met a winner with that type of mindset. I've yet to come across it. I've yet to see it. I've just never seen it. You know, that open-mindedness is very, very important if you want to start making some money. And listen, I'm not a millionaire. I'm not talking from like I'm the richest guy in the world, but you know, I'm just talking about what's worked for me. That open-mindedness and willing to go have a look, and having the balls to go have a look rather than just having an opinion about stuff. Very, very important. That's it from me. Till next time. Bye.